I moved away from my village 5 years ago. I also used to live in a huge city and now I live in a much smaller city. I get asked all the time if I would ever move back, and the answer is no. I'm sorry. I went from living in Las Vegas, that's where all of my family lives, and by all of my family I mean my mom. I have an uncle there. I have 4 sisters there, no brothers. I only have sisters and they all live in Las Vegas. I had a huge argument with my mom and my youngest sister when I lived there, and we were all living together at the time when I had my baby Isabella. After that fight, we picked up and moved across the country to Michigan. That's where all of Ryan's family lives. I love Michigan. I never knew why I loved it so much, but it's because it was so different from Vegas. Ryan was working in Reno at the time, but we hadn't purchased a house or got anything settled there yet. So that is why we were living in Michigan at the time, just to have a little extra help, which was very, very nice to have it for the time being. After about 7 months, we made the move and we decided to move to Reno, which is a much smaller city than Las Vegas and what I was used to. After living in Reno for 4 years, I started to realize that yes, I missed my family and I missed my sisters. We made up, of course. And I missed being around people because I so desperately wanted a social life. I thought that was my cure to the postpartum depression and feeling lonely, and oh, when I have people in my life, I'm gonna feel better about being a mom. But the thing about motherhood is you have to figure it out on your own, because the more people that you involve, the more opinions that you are constantly hearing, the more people try to parent for you. I have so many people that care for my kids and care for me, but living in Las Vegas is a lot. And after spending a whole week there, I was just reminded of that. God will do things and move in your life in ways that you will not understand until sometimes years later. I didn't understand at the time why my sister, myself, and my mom got into like an argument that really pushed me to the point of saying, I'm done, I'm leaving. But it really pushed me to discover myself, to lean on myself and Ryan, and know that we can handle anything that comes our way. It also pushed us to move to Reno, where he has the most amazing career now, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. So although we didn't leave on our terms and say we want to live in Reno, Reno has given me so much peace. The week that I spent in Las Vegas, it was 110 degrees probably every single day. 107, 109, 110. Unbearable. I don't know if it's my pregnancy body overheating, but that was absolutely unbearable. I couldn't walk outside for more than 20-ish minutes. Another thing is the crazy traffic. And this is something that I've realized visiting New York, visiting Las Vegas, visiting California, is there is so much traffic. And what you notice about the people when they are constantly driving in that traffic, those people are going to be a lot more stressed and giving off negative energy. So you're not going to encounter a lot of really nice people. Whereas in Reno and Michigan, for example, everybody is so nice and so calm. So living in a big city might be for some people, but for me, I don't think it's meant for me, because I enjoy just being around calm people, because the energy that you're around affects you a lot more than you actually think. So where you live truly matters on how you're going to feel, how happy you're going to be. Some people can live anywhere they want and just find peace anywhere, but for me, I just instantly felt like I was in a negative mood just living in Las Vegas for a week. Something I want to touch on but not get too personal about is living away from family is sometimes the best thing for your mental health. In case there's anybody else that might feel guilty, in case they want to live away from their family, or they just feel more content living away from their family, don't feel guilty about whatever's going to give you peace, especially when you start your own family and you have children, you have a husband. And having boundaries is important as an adult. A lot of adults, specifically family, have a hard time understanding that, especially if they're not parents yet, or you're trying to break generational trauma, etc. But you have to stay true to who you are and what you believe and what is best for your children. And that is your boundaries, and sometimes just living away, visiting, and then leaving again. And this doesn't mean you don't love the people in your life. It just means it's a lot more peaceful this way for you. Having no village can be scary, especially if you're doing it for the first time. That first year is incredibly hard having a baby. And then you just start to get more used to it and you start to rely on yourself, your husband. You're gonna see everything that you're capable of doing on your own. All done with my makeup, and that is why I live in Reno, Nevada, which might not seem like it's so exciting, but it's actually really calm and happy here. We have the mountains, we have Lake Tahoe. It's just very chill, and I like to feel chill and at peace, so I'm never leaving.